Welcome to Spiritual Tea Podcast. Spirituality is a shared global language, and each week we spill all the tea on spiritual current affairs and investments all over a cup of tea. I am your host, Alicia, with my son and co-host, Gemi.
Woo, applause track.
Gemi is traveling this week, and his fill-in is his lovely twin sister, Gazmine, my daughter.
Hello.
Gemi's out living his best life. Shout out to Gemi. Woo, shout out. We miss you. But how we usually start this is our special tea talk. So, I have my cup of tea. You have your cup of tea?
Yes.
Let's talk about Kanye West's Sunday service at Coachella this year, that just happened on Easter Sunday, ironically. Couple of things with his performance. He debuted new music during the service, The Mountain.
I think his song's called The Water.
Oh, it's called Water?
Yeah.
Well, why up here it didn't say water?
They were on the mountain.
Oh.
Let your light reflect on me. Take the chlorine out of conversation. I know I might be as perfect as Christ, but we're made of a 90% water.
It's really amazing to see how he's just gathering up everyone together with the power of his service.
Take away from my sins. Bring the day that I dream about. Next time I make a club, everybody's screaming out.
That was him performing Jesus Walked. He performed Ultralight Beam and Ultralight Prayer.
I will feel your pain. No one can judge it. They don't know.
Food on the devil's neck till it drifted Pangea. I'm moving all my family from Chatham to Zambia. Treat the demons just like Pam. I mess with your friends, but damn, Gina. I've been this way since Arthur was Anteater. Now they wanna hit me with the woo out the bam. Trying to snap photos of family. My daughter look just like Tia. You can feel the lyrics of spirit coming in jail. We're another underground, come and follow the trail. I made Sunday candy, I'm never going to hell. I met Kanye West, I'm never going to. We tell us do a good ass job with Chance 3. I hear you gotta sell it to snatch the Grammy. Let's make it so pretty in the bar, so hard that it ain't one gosh darn part you can't. This is my part, nobody else feed. This is my part, nobody else feed. This little light of mine, glory be to God. I'ma make sure that they go where they can't go. They don't wanna ride, I'ma still throw raincoats. God said when he made the first rainbow, the storm is at the end, and but too late for the action. I'm just having fun with it. You know that the Jimmy was lost. I laugh in my head cause I bet that my ex looking back like a pillar. Cause they'll flip the script on your ass like Wesley and Spike. Please don't forget about
walk with us through the bad times as well as the good. May we be heard and understood from the suburbs to the hood. May you judge us by our hearts and not by our mistakes. And see that we get our breakthrough, however long that it takes. May you feel that thorn in our souls. We will lay our fears to rest. But there's no way we can live for Jesus when we're living in the flesh. So I pray that you allow our spirits to be born, grow strong, move on, know right from wrong. 1 John chapter 2, verse 15. Do not love the world and anything in the world. And we know what that means. But listen, we know the distance we need to be away from fire to keep it missing. But that doesn't mean we'll listen. Lord, you take care of fools and babies. You teach women to honor their men and men respect their ladies. But lately, so many of us have gone astray, doing wrong for so long that we've forgotten the way. Please bring us back home. Instill in us the word, which is our backbone. We're just children and not grown. There is so much that we're entitled to, yet we receive so little. Because in this time of spiritual warfare, we're comfortable in the middle. So I pray that you open our eyes. Give us the anointing to recognize the devil and his lies. If we keep our actions wise, our prayers sincere, our hands to the sky, you will diminish our fears. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Amen.
To have a Sunday service at Coachella, like I
That's
don't
crazy.
think people understand that to have a Sunday service at Coachella, and not only that, but how 50,000 people, you got to think, you in the desert for a weekend, and you are there with a ton of other people living in tents. Oh, they don't live in tents. They don't stay in tents.
No.
Where they stay at in the desert.
They have hotels and
Oh,
Airbnbs
anyway.
out there. It's the wrong festival, Mom. Wrong festival.
Okay, anyway. But you're still in the desert.
Yeah.
And that means you've been up all night, partying, just living your best life. And you actually woke up, because you had to wake up before 9 because the service started at 9. So you woke up.
Because, you had to get there early.
Right.
For Coachella. There must have been
It was probably people
line.
sleeping next to the
That just shows how impactful his Sunday service is. To have 50,000 people wake up early in the morning to stand, because it's not like how you would get into like Outside Lands or the Bottle Rock. Those are the music festivals we've been to, where it's like not a long line. Like Coachella, it's a long line to get in. It's 5 security checks, and on top of that, it's a mile away from the entrance. So for them to be willing to go through all that early in the morning just to see Kanye's Sunday service, that's how you know that his Sunday service is really impacting people.
Yes.
And we 100% support that.
Yes. And it's people right now, which ironically I just preached about this in one of my sermons just this past week, and it's about how people will come against you. People will come against you with their words. And words are powerful. Words are powerful, but they're not as powerful as God. And as long as you have God's Spirit, you got the Holy Spirit in you, surrounding you, you have God's glory and grace, and that shines brighter than anything. That shines brighter, and basically what it does, it makes those words that come against you just bounce off. It's like a what do you call those things you jump on?
Trampolines. Like
a trampoline. You just, like, those words come and they come down on you, but then they'll just bounce They just bounce right off, because those words, that's all people can do, is try to come and attack you with words. They can't do anything else, right? I read
You watched?
No, I read this. I read this on Pinterest. It was a picture with a saying on there. And basically it said that some people, I forgot what it said exactly, but but it says something to the fact that some people will hate you because you shine brighter than them, right? Mm-hmm. You shine brighter than them. But at the end of the day, those people don't pay your light bill, so don't listen to them, right? We spoke about it this morning as a family as well, how, because it's the same with me, you get a calling from God, right? And instead of being private about it, about your calling, about your spiritual journey, you decide that you want to share it. And I think there's nothing, actually it's not I think, I feel there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not putting out anything out there, and neither is Kanye. He's not putting anything out there that's ignorant. He's not putting anything out there that's malicious or deceptive. He's not trying to deceive people. All he's doing, and what I'm doing, is we're on our spiritual journey, and this is what we're doing to help uplift us to continue our path on the journey, and to motivate other people who may be on their own spiritual journey privately, to give them hope and to give them faith. And that's the only thing we're doing. I was telling, like I was telling you the other day, that I was watching, I'm a night owl, Page 6 TV show came on. And Page 6 is like an entertainment news type of show, like they're not on the platform of TMZ, and they probably wish they were, but they probably won't, because they're just so negative. With this one, it was right after Coachella weekend, and they were speaking about the Coachella performances, and then they spoke about Kanye's Sunday service performance at Coachella. And of course, you know, people are dragging Kanye through the mud because he was selling Jesus Walks t-shirts or sweatshirts for $225, and he was selling socks
for like $50
or whatever. So at first, you know, their comments and the round table talk was, you know, tearing him down, because why is he selling, you know,
his merch for that much
at Coachella? I'm gonna tell you straight like this. You know why he was selling his merch for that much? It's because they will buy it.
Yes.
And if you got a problem with the price, then don't buy it.
Yeah, you don't have to. You're not obligated to buy anything from Coachella. You could just go to Coachella
and just
enjoy it. But for the people who are fans of Kanye or even like his merch, they will buy it. I mean, there's no problem with it. Like, if I'm considering buying it to support Kanye, not the $200 one, but probably the $50 socks.
First, they tried to drag him about the merchandise, right? Which to me is just stupid. If it's $200,
it's not your $200. You're not spending your money on it.
I'm gonna tell you this: if you were in an opportunity where you can sell merchandise for $200,
they would do it.
You would do it, right? And you know that people would buy it. You will do it. You wouldn't even care for what cause it may be for, right? Then the second thing, out of the 3 co-hosts, I looked this girl up, one of the co-hosts. Bevy Smith started to say is that Kanye wasn't originator of revivals, and he wasn't the originator of revival concerts or music or worship music. Like, he wasn't, or having people come together just to hear a choir sing. Like, he wasn't the originator. That was created many years ago. Like, it's history. And she gets upset because people are giving Kanye credit for it. Kanye has never came out to say, I created this. I created this movement, and I created spiritual movement and worship movement. He's never said he was the creator of this, because first and foremost, even like how she tried to say that was created years ago. They didn't create it either. You know who created that? God created that. Ooh, yes. God created that. So there's not one person that you give credit to. Nobody's not going to get that credit, that citation credit. That credit goes originally to God. God created that. Mm-hmm. God created the gospel. Mm-hmm. Right? It wasn't a group of people and it wasn't one person. It was God. God created the gospel. So if you want to get mad, actually, I don't even know what you want to get mad about. So she was saying how she was mad because people are saying that Kanye was the originator of this movement, and he's not because it has history. So to me, that just spoke of just ignorance.
Yep.
That spoke of ignorance, and that showed me that you have nothing to say but bad. So you use this platform not to uplift a man during doing his spiritual journey, and that is putting the word of and the gospel of God out there. Like, how do you even say anything negative about it? So immediately we changed it. It's good to see him on his spiritual journey. That's all I'm going to say about that.
He went through a whole lot throughout his whole entire throughout his whole entire life, and throughout his whole entire music career. He's just been through a lot, and it's just so nice to see how he's changing and he's impacting
right.
a lot of people for the good, instead of just like being to himself and just being like some like other like celebrities who aren't really putting out anything into the world, you know, to help them.
Right.
To help the world be better, and to help social media be a little bit better too.
Yeah. Yeah. Good for Kanye. Good for Kanye. Our spiritual dashboard is a reporting tool used for spiritual matrix of our spiritual key performance indicators. Our spiritual KPIs is our spiritual health checkup. It's a spiritual health checkup, and it identifies potential issues as well as gives an insight into underperformance. 3 examples of measurements. Number 1, strategic measures. This is how we measure our spiritual strategy and objectives, such as our spiritual profit and loss, our spiritual working capital, as well as our spiritual deferred revenue. Strategic measures checks progress towards, it tracks progress towards our spiritual goals, focusing on intended results. Look at it like this. I have spiritual objectives to become closer to God. And part of my strategy is being able to keep my spiritual debts in check and increase my spiritual revenue. I need to keep an eye on how I focus on debts, the doubts, the discouragements, worry. Because the more I focus on those debts, the less revenue, the faith, and God's promises I receive. Number 2, operational measures. This measures our day-to-day spiritual operation tactics. In finance, the operational measure is designed to inform better day-to-day operational decisions. And this is the same for us spiritually. Our spiritual operational measure, I'm so sorry, is designed to inform better day-to-day spiritual operational decisions. And last, number 3, risk measures. Now, this is self-explanatory. This measures the risk factors that can threaten our our success. The second tool is our spiritual uniform. We need to dress the part to be the part. We need to dress for success. I'd like to invite you to my spiritual dressing room. Walk with me. As we walk into the room, we see the full armor on the mannequin. Our spiritual armor consists of 6 important parts: the belt, the breastplate, the shoe coverings, the shield, helmet, and the sword. It's brushed, nickel colored. I like that. It's shiny and solid. I stand still for a second in awe of the armor. Isn't it pretty? The armor doesn't shine on the mannequin. You notice that? Why? Because the mannequin is soulless. I look there and I see a full-length mirror, as well as God's angels are there to assist me, to assemble it on me. We would love to hear your comments and your feedbacks on any points from today's show. Please visit our website at www.spiritual-tea.net. We'll be sure to share it on our next episode. Yeah?
Yep. Sounded good.
Well, that's all for today's episode of Spiritual Tea Podcast. Thanks for joining us over a cup of tea. Be sure to follow and subscribe to our show to hear weekly episodes and previous episodes. I invite you to join us next week for more Spiritual Tea.
Yep.
And if you haven't already, please be sure to visit our website. You can find more episodes, our short show notes, Spiritual Tea swagwear, as well as any special links or websites that we spoke about today. We hope that you receive abundant blessings this week. This is your week. We look forward to next week. Many blessings.
Bye.
Bye.